When you first start getting into Python, through Codecademy, you'll see their virtual activity is print welcome to Python. Once you do that, you can go ahead and type that in there. Oh, I got a badge. Bonus. Let me close out of that. And it prints it out to the screen here. It's always going to say none at the bottom. Just means there's nothing else that's going to show up there. If you want to tinker with this and have some fun with it, like I would encourage you to do, you can do things like change the text that's in here. And save and submit code, and it'll pop up there. And you can do all kinds of things with this. So I mean, this, especially with this first screen here, I mean, this is just a test environment here. I'm going to go ahead and add it a few more times here just for fun. And then save and submit, and it really will just do kind of whatever you tell it to do here. So this is an open environment to go through and code Python. When you go over here to the welcome, you see there's lots of different things that you can do. Boolean variables show up, and I think that they've kind of talked about variables. We probably should take a look at that one first. Kind of talked about variables in the book a little bit. Where it talked about, as far as giving variables names. The naming conventions that they use here are a little bit different, than potentially what you would see in the textbook or when programming in Java. Typically, you don't do an underscore. Usually, if you're going to have my variable, it's going to be my and then a capital V for variable. This is the way that you should be doing all of your naming conventions for variables. So I can't emphasize it enough. It always starts off with lowercase, and you combine the two words together, and you capitalize all the words that come after it. So with this, the example is storing a number to 5. So my variable is assigned to 10. It prints 10, but the reality is, if you save and submit this, it's going to say 10. It says you remember create a variable called my variable because they force you to call it that. So in this, it actually cares that I call it what they want it to be called, even though I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't recommend that. But I'm going to go ahead and tell them what they want to hear because that's what college is all about. So we'll save and submit this. Shows up as 10. Okay, that's good. Now if we change any of this, sometimes it picks up the errors, sometimes it doesn't. So let me just change this to 20 for fun and see if it errors out. Okay, so this one does. When you get a little further on here though, some of these don't. So that's where see, it's kind of weird. So one thing I also want you to notice here is, let me go ahead and make this 10, make sure this works correctly. Now when it goes to print, it's just printing out 10. It's not printing out my variable. And there's a difference here because this is a string literal. So right now it's printing out 10. If I change this to a 2 and put 20, then notice it says, oh yeah, way to go, you did it right. But, according to this, it wanted to have 10, but it still sees as being right. So even though the variable is 10, it's printing out the number 20. So okay, well, how does this make sense? Well, what they were trying to do is show you that whatever is inside the quotation is what's going to print out. If you want to print out the 10 on what's in that container there, then this should be print my underscore variable. Let me close out of this and then rerun it. So when it does that, now it's actually printing out what this has been assigned to. So a lot of you have seen this as an equal sign for years, and when you did 1 + 1 = 2, you've been doing that all your life. But you got to keep in mind that this is called the assignment operator, and whatever this is assigned to is what's going to come out. So in this case, we're doing the same thing. In this case, I'm not telling it to output the number 10, I'm telling it to output what this is here. So if I separate this a little bit, make sure you're seeing this as it should be, you understand why the 10 is coming out right here. So that's part of the information that we have here, and I've got some more samples for you momentarily.